This is Pete from Green Ridge Outdoor Adventures. I recently bought an Ascend H12 hybrid kayak from Bass Pro Shops. So stay right here while I show you all the features of the H12 and give you my thoughts on this versatile kayak. If you've seen our videos before, camping is at the heart of every trip we take, especially kayak camping. Kayak camping allows you to carry more gear when compared to regular backpacking, and the H12 can carry a lot of gear. A hybrid kayak means that it has the features of both a kayak and a canoe. It's one large opening the entire length of the boat like a canoe, but the unique stepped bow and keel allow the H12 to cut through waves like a kayak. When I bought this in 2024, the H12 was listed for $849.99 at Bass Pro Shops. They also have an H12 kayak, life vest, and paddle package listed for $849.97, but the closest store to me was showing out of stock online. So in the store, before the salesman rang me up, he offered me the package deal, which was 2 cents cheaper. And he said they always show the package deals out of stock online because they have to use different barcodes to ring them up. So it appears to be out of stock online. So if you're considering the Ascend H12, definitely take the PFD and paddle package. When I left the store with my H12, I essentially got the Ascend PFD and paddle for free. So now let's get to an in-depth overview of the Ascend H12 hybrid kayak. A quick rundown of the kayak. In the front we have the Ascend logo. We have a handle on front, some bungees that actually crisscross over the front hatch opening. We have this cover that actually goes under the bungees that I'll show you later. We got a front track here, foot pedals that are adjustable, and this special hull here that actually does pretty well standing up. I tried it in the pool and it does pretty well. I don't think I'd want to stand there forever, but it's not that bad if you need to stand up for a second. We got these tracks on either side, and then underneath here we've got these little carabiners under here where you can hang the bags that come with the actual kayak. We've got a seat, which I hear is pretty comfortable. I'll give you the verdict on whether or not it's comfortable after a first trip. You can really see well here. There's this system here that allows you to adjust the seat. So you just lift up on here, and then you actually have a bungee here that you can cinch down so it keeps your seat from going anywhere. The seat is fully removable. Right now it's not removable because I haven't taken off the bungees, but this is one thing that attracted me to this kayak, that I can use this seat to sit in and kayak to our campsite, and then also use it near the fire. The seat also has these retractable cup holders, and you can see the seat sits down pretty well over the hole in the middle. Okay, I have a better view of this seat mounts. Here you have the different 6 different levels. This is a little flimsy. This is that bungee that comes up over the little seat peg that goes in here, but this is a little flimsy for my liking. I've seen a lot of people do seat mods on this kayak. I'm not sure if I'll do that or not. You have 2 flush mount rod holders. My plan is to figure out some way to mount my 360 camera here. So you'll see that on a different video. Plenty of room here to do some mods here, so I'm definitely going to be doing that. You have these hooks here to contain the actual back part here. It's a little mesh cover that goes over it. I'll show you that later. On the side you have these little hooks here. They're actually sunk down a little bit so they don't they're not on top of the gunnel. Forgot to mention this, but the same thing on the front. There's a foam block here that if the kayak were to get a bunch of water in it, it would actually float.
So I've seen some people take that out. I'm probably not going to. It'd be nice to put some kind of mount right here, but I don't think I'm gonna mess with that. Then you have a rear handle, which is turned this way for some reason. I'm not really sure why. And you have your drain plug here that comes out. One thing that's nice here too is there's a water channel around this entire thing. This is the rear one, and then there's a little area here for it to run off. Same thing on the other side. And then when you come up to the front, same thing. There's a little runoff area here, runoff on either side of the track. Same for that side too. This is tapered here, so you can get things on and off pretty quickly. Someone told me that these gear tracks were not all that great, but they look okay to me. Obviously, I'll test them when I go on my first trip, but these are 16 inches. As you can see, I've got these foot pedals up as far as they'll go. These actually are adjustable like this, and they actually can go underneath this little section here in case you want to. But for me, I'm going to have them out here because my feet are so big. And as you can see, this really gives you a good sense of what this hull is like. I've heard that it doesn't track as well, but I'm gonna test that out. Obviously, there's a good 3 or 4 inches where that hull sits up higher than this keel here. So I've seen a lot of people do keel guards. I might do that, I'm not sure. But and then you have your H12 logo here. So we'll go ahead and start with the dimensions. It's exactly 32 inches at its widest point. The cockpit where you would sit is about 24 inches wide. The length of the kayak is right at 146 inches, so a little over 12 feet. The front hatch area, I guess you'd call it a hatch, it's more of a section of the actual boat. Width of this is about 23 inches at its widest point, and then at its narrowest point is about 13 inches. Length of the front area is about 21 and a half. The back hatch at its narrowest point is about 12 inches. The back area is about almost 24, a little over 23 and a half inches at its widest point. The length of the back area is about 34 inches. The width of the seat is about 19 and a half inches, and the depth of the seat is about 17 inches. The height of the seat back is about 14 inches. The gunnels on the front and back of this, adjacent to the actual little hatch openings, is about 2 inches, and then the gunnel on the area nearest the seat is about 4 inches. So at the store, they had these kayaks in the back, and they were flipped upside down to prevent water from coming in. It came with this box here. This is all the bags that come with the kayak. First bag. Let's see if I can do this one-handed here. This is one of the saddle bags that goes underneath the rails on the side to the left and right of the seat. So you have some little pouches here in front, and then you have a big pouch here. That looks pretty nice. And then you have those little rings at the top for any type of for you to hook up the carabiners inside. That's that one. This is the other side saddle bag, and this is apparently waterproof. You've got your front little pockets here, and then it can close with Velcro. This looks like it's some type of waterproof. Let's see if I can open it. Yeah, so it's like a waterproof bag inside. There's more pockets inside there. And it's got the Ascend logo here, and then the Velcro that actually attaches right here with the rings on top, so you can attach it to the carabiners under the side rails. Alright, this is that back. that back cover. It's got the Ascend logo there. It's pretty nice. And it's got the bungees here, so I'll show you what that looks like now. Have the back cover on. You can see it fits into these little rings here. You can tighten it if you want to, or loosen it. It fits, kind of gives you a sense of where it's supposed to go with the two little eyelets here. This one right here is not threaded for some reason, so I'll probably have to take this whole thing off and rethread it. But it's got the Ascend logo here. It's like a mesh. It's definitely, water will definitely get through it, but it might be a nice way to cover some gear from getting too wet. So anyways, you can tighten it and loosen it as you want, and it's a pretty nice little thing if you want to cover and you want to cover some stuff and you're not going to take a lot of things with you. You see what it looks like underneath. So that's the back cover. So the last thing is a little backpack type bag that goes on the back of the seat. It's got the Ascend logo there. It's got this little clip here, and you just undo it, and you have a big pouch here to set all kinds of stuff in. And it's not really a backpack, but it just kind of sits on the back of the seat for you to put any kind of gear in. I'm not sure if I'll use it that much. I might put first aid kit or something like that. So anyways, I'll show you what it looks like on the back of the seat. All right, so I got the little seat pack on. So you can see it just clips on here, in here, and then down at the bottom. Flips open like this, and you've got all kinds of room to put suntan lotion or poncho or anything that you probably won't need very often, but anyways, it's a nice little option to have. And then when you go back with the seat, it kind of sits behind there. Here's one saddlebag attached. You can see here the carabiners underneath, so that's a pretty nice little feature there. Again, for first aid kit, some maybe suntan lotion, something like that. Here's the other saddlebag, if you want to call it that, with the Velcro and the waterproof bag here. I'll probably test that out and make sure it's waterproof, but I don't see myself putting anything that's real important in there. Maybe my phone, but it would be on a tether for sure. So, because I've lost my phone before. I have some items here that I'm going to go ahead and add to the kayak here soon. So if you want to look for that video, I'll post it up in the right hand corner. I've got these Railblaza ports here. This one is the track loader, and this one is the mini port track mount. So you can see it's a one-off thing. This thing I'm probably going to mount the camera to, which would be this thing. This is the Railblaza camera boom arm pull 600 with the R-lock. I want this one because it has the 2 points of contact with the rail, and this one I'm not sure. I might use it for just the R-lock, which comes off like this. So then you have your own little mount here that could go into the mini port track mount by itself, not using the pole. I've got this kayak paddle holder. I did a little research and figured out that this one is the exact same one as the Yak Attack double header, and it's a Tater. I'll put the link below and in the description. And then I've got these two Yak Attack gear tracks that I'm going to put on either in front of or behind the existing rails on the kayak on the H12. So just a quick review on the Ascend paddle that came in the package that I bought. I like it a lot. It's not carbon fiber, so it's not as light as it could be, but it's fiberglass. So overall I like it. You know, it's basically free, so can't go wrong with that. As far as the PFD, I haven't used the PFD because it's a little tight on me. I don't care for it as much, but I'll probably just keep it anyways just to use it in case we need an extra one for my family. So now for the final thoughts on this Ascend H12 hybrid kayak. I really like all the space that it provides. Has tons of front storage, tons of rear storage, lots of bungees, lots of hooks for you to contain all of your gear. The maneuverability is pretty good too. It is easier to turn than my other kayak, which is a Pungo 140. So as far as all the talk online about how this thing doesn't track, I think it tracks just fine. I've been out here for an hour or so, and it can stop on a dime, it can turn on a dime, it can go straight. So I love the maneuverability of this kayak, and it's just wider. I don't like how wide it is, but I wanted the wider kayak because I'm a bigger guy at 6'2", and I want to be able to have that room. Tired of long paddles where my feet are just cramped. I also like all the flat areas, has tons of flat areas, plenty of places to mount things if that's what you want. Fishing rod holders, tracks, cameras, whatever. Overall, love the kayak, love all its features. It's a really cool kayak. Highly recommend the Ascend H12 hybrid kayak.